All right, Magic fans, back again for more. Whoa, Wilds of Eldraine set boosters. So we're on box 3. We've had box 1. We've had box 2. And now we're on the box 3. And I got mixed emotions, and I'll tell you why. But before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps keep it sponsor free here on the channel, because Lord knows the last thing I need to lecture you guys about is what you're eating, what I'm eating, or anything like that. Ooh, Bernard, first mythic. Or what to wear in your ear hole, yada, yada, yada. So, subscribing helps out. I appreciate it. Also, check out links in the description to the eBay store. There's a TCG player store now. Hey, turtle. Where you can get some of the cheaper cards at a lower shipping cost. But as we all know, the mail system is shit, and there's no insurance if you go through TCG player. So, oh, nice signature. Food for thought there. Interesting. Common from the list. Wow. Okay. I guess we're doing this again already. Land tax plus a turtle. That's off to about $20 head start. But yeah. So, as we mentioned before, the first box was rather disappointing, and I was very upset. You probably heard it in the video. Crystalline Crawler. It says it's a rare. That doesn't mean nothing. Utopia Sprawl. That's pretty cool. Foil, because it's foil, not because it's Utopia Sprawl. I mean, because it's Utopia Sprawl, but anyway, moving on. I was really upset with the first box. Second box really came in clutch. I'm going to be honest with you. And if you watch the video, you'll see why. There's our first foil rare. All right, time to scoot stuff over. Because it really fired on all cylinders there at the end to give us a heck of a comp. Now, with that said, has that changed my opinion? Not really. Foil land tax. Wow. Put that right there. So, let's go through the caveat as we open this box video, as it proves me wrong about everything I've currently said. As you guys know, tinfoil hat is being put on. I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's happening. I talked to you guys a lot about, well, everybody talks about box mapping. I talked about case mapping, where they do the same thing they do with box mapping, so they do it with cases. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who do, you can just tune me out like your kids. That's not a slight on you guys. Trust me, I've got kids. I've learned to do that too. Box mapping is where they make sure the box produces a certain quantity of XYZ for XYZ value. Same with that. Another mythic. Number 6, and it's a good one. Oops. Getting excited. I think they do the same thing they do with box mapping with case mapping, which is what's in every box is also set to what goes in every case, so that one case is not absorbently better than the other, which is where, people talk about the rule of larger numbers, and I just made a freaking mess, damn it. Talk about the rule of large numbers and all that. Good God, what have I done? And how you have to open like 200 to 300 to actually see the real mapping or the real process or what's really going on. For me, I think we can see it on a smaller scale, and that might be because they've honed that process down. So with that said, what does that mean about the last 2 boxes? Well, the first box, like I said, was not good. But I've also said, because of those practices and the mapping that they do, every case should have 2 bad boxes, 2 good boxes, and 2 average boxes. So maybe the first box I opened was just happened to be a bad box. Very possible. Interesting signature. but it can be a thing. Okay, there's a list card. And the box after that is either medium or high, which it's one of the two because it's definitely not bad. So, all that said, next thing to do is finish and opening these boxes and see what the real mapping is like, and see where, if at all, it goes wrong, and which boxes fall into which situation. So, and then of course, you know, do the value of the cards, what the case was worth, is it worth to buy the case, Ranger, and all that good jazz as we go through the numbers. And, you know, you can easily play that out, tell me the math is wrong because it's a small sample size. Yeah, sure. But I do this every set, and if you watch the videos every set, you'll notice that there is a pattern. And that pattern is rather obvious. And if you don't think there's a pattern, I probably think you're bad at math. Because you can't roll a mathematical equation randomly and get the same predictable outcome every time without there being something to it. So that's just me. Take it for what it's worth. And I hope you guys learn something if that's why you're here. If not, if you're here to just watch me blow money while I open these packs and ramble, then more power to you as well. So, yeah. So that is mythic number 6 and 7. If we got foil mythic in there, that'd have been the trifecta. Alright, mythic 6 and 7. So we're up to 7, a little over halfway through the box. Record's 12. So if we want to really, 2 rares in a pack, that's not bad. Really put the is this a good box to the test, we also need to beat the 12 mythic challenge. But then, you know, after that comes the challenge of, are they good mythics? Interesting. Dragon Mantle, I remember that used to be a thing. And then if they're good mythics, how good are they? Because as you know, at the end of the day, we are basically looking for box value. I love that art. At the end of the day. So there's our second mythic rare, or second foil rare. Full rare. So 3 rare pack, 1 foil. That's actually not too shabby. Alright, last third of the box, so last 10 packs. We have 7 mythics, 12's the record. So we really need to step our game up if we're going to do anything spectacular here at the end of this. Not so much there. Also, while we're doing this, if you guys haven't noticed, wow, that is some good art. If you guys didn't notice, ooh, full rare number 3, very nice. Oh, Primal Vigor is a $4 rare. That's apparently it though. So some more guys got caught on Whatnot cheating people out of box openings. You can go look it up. I'm not gonna get into it. I've spoke on it once already. There's no point for me to beat a dead horse. I mean, if that's your jam, I mean, have at it. I'm not saying there's not guys who don't do it the right way on Whatnot, but there's so many that don't, and they're getting proved that it just makes it bad for everybody. And that's why I don't do my stuff on Whatnot. Nothing against Whatnot themselves or as a company, but like, I just don't want to have to deal with all that mess. You know, on YouTube, I show you the video. It is what it is. You do what you want with that. I opened the stuff, Power Armor. Remember that from Invasion. You do what you want with the information. Like I said, this is me opening boxes. They don't belong to anybody. I'll open them for you if you want. If you guys want me to make a video for you, it's not a big deal. It'll all be live, just like you see here. But then everybody always talks about, it's the goose mother. Oh, Hydra goose. Yeah, not a good rare. Everybody's always scared they're going to get this or they're going to get that. To be honest with you, it is not worth my time or anybody's time really in any kind of whatnot YouTube scenario. That is a sweet art card for Rashyok. Man, is that sweet. Even though people do it, and I know people do it because they've been caught, for me, it's not worth my time to open a box for somebody of whatever, say this stuff, right? For me to open a box and then get good cards out of the box and then me just not put it on YouTube and just film a different box. There's so much time and hassle in that. Nice art. Plus the fact there's not a hit big enough that could entice me to do that. Virtue knowledge. I'll tell you this right now. There's never been a box that was so good that I would want to do that. Now, you can get that with collector boxes, and that is possible, but even lately that's been a thing. And that's only because they have serialized cards or whatever, so, I mean, grain of salt, take what you will with that. But also, at the end of the day, you also got to realize that if I open boxes for somebody, or if anybody opens boxes, and at some point, if you don't get a balls-out box opening where you get tons of good stuff, at some point, then clearly they are not showing all the box openings, because I'm here to tell you, if you open a case, every box can't be bad. You can look at my reviews, look at my channel. Every box cannot be bad. One or two, yeah, maybe. But if you open a whole case, and they say they're going to open a case, and everybody pays for it, and everybody's boxes are mediocre at best, they've done box openings where they didn't put them on because they wanted to steal cards out of them, or whatever. So, keep that in mind. But for me, it's not worth the time and effort. I got to sort all this crap anyway. It's easier for me if you would just give me the money, I would just send you the cards after the opening, and I don't have to deal with it. Because believe me, I opened a lot of cards, I sorted a lot of cards. The last thing I need to do is to do more of that to try to make an extra 20, 30 bucks. Or $100 or $200. It's honestly not worth my time. The amount of times I'd have to do that to make a living off of it is 10 or 20 times a month. And that would involve a lot of followers who would eventually catch on, which is why people get caught. But anyway, so until next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player. Subscribe right here. Right, touch it. Just touch it. Oh, I'm tired. God, how many more boxes I got left?